Well, folks, after a long walk from the train station, I finally arrive at the commandery. Let's see if they're open because they have some very strange hours over here. This is what the I'm not sure they're open. They're supposed to be open on Wednesdays. But I do get a sense that this is not a well-visited area, unfortunately. Let's see if we have any luck today. Fuck. Why are they open? Well, according to the signs here, we arrived too late. I believe it says that it's closed and annually from to the 2nd of March of 2024. So unfortunately, by the time I decided to move here, it was already too late. Monday and Tuesday they were closed, but what we could do is we can here take a look at the stables, and this is the commandery was composed of a chapel, a medieval garden, as well as plots of land where the Templars and their administrators would produce produce for to sell. Let's see if we can get around here. Alright, so here's the map. Okay, so you can see we're by the entrance. On your right is the chapel. Right where my finger is pointing, it would have been the medieval garden. And this is the commander's home right here where my finger is pointing. Now this dates back to, believe, the 1178. So it's about 50 years after the order was founded. It reads in English. It doesn't have an English translation, but basically it reads that the commandery at Colummier was the property of the Templars, which ended in 1307. This mansion was made for the residence of the soldiers. They were also farming, and mentioned the order was dissolved in 1312. Unfortunately, the religious was the end of the order was confiscated in 1790. This is by that time was the Hospitallers, and it's been a national monument since 1794. Let me see if we can find something else here. Walk through the garden, get some sort of sense of what the structure was all like. So yes, unfortunately, if you go on the internet, there's absolutely no indication that they're closed from November 1st onward. This is a characteristic of a lot of unfortunate issues in France and I've seen this complaint before, where a lot of monuments should be better promoted and preserved. Unfortunately, they're not. In fact, this one was about to be demolished a couple decades ago, but a group of volunteers decided to maintain it, and it's at least to their credit. And unfortunately, they're probably working on very limited funds. But here's a view of the commandery, at least the exterior. Again, there were about 9,000 of them in around the time of the Templars. So you could see of the commandery is like a basic unit of how they function. So each commandery had a lodge master It had some Templars. It had some squires, some administrators. This close to France, in fact, the commandery was primarily focused in creating produce, which would be sold, farming out land, and this would help the Templars back in the Middle East in fighting the Moors. Let's continue to walk around here and see if we get another view. Most likely on my way back, I'll probably, actually, I was going to say I'm going to stop by, but I can't stop by because it's actually closed till March of 2024. No, this is just handwritten. So I get a sense this is run by volunteers with very limited income. And but you guys are hopefully we'll be able to go and see other commanderies moving forward. And the next episode we'll be going to the Chinon Fortress, which I do know is open. Okay, let me see if we can walk you guys around. Okay, just get a sense of what they are. Excuse me, just walking and getting a sense. This is a fairly large structure. At any given moment, the commanderies house several hundred knights and squires and administrators. Okay, let me just walk around the block. This is probably one of the best preserved commanderies north of the Loire Valley. Tomorrow we'll be heading over to Chinon Fortress, where Jacques de Molay was jailed briefly for, I believe it was between 1307 and a couple of months in 1307. And then on our return, you see how big the commandery is. On our return, we'll be heading over to Gisors, and that's where he was held for many years. Let's hope, though, that they're open. Again, the schedules here in France are very fickle, and it's not just my opinion, but many others. But I believe that Gisors will at least be open to visitors. Let's go over here. It says Gymnase de Templier. See here what we have here. Okay. Not sure what this is. But in any case, this is a kind of a wide angle. See if we can expand this. Very wide angle view of the commandery. There you go. So it's a very large structure. Okay, let's see here. Go over here and see if we can get. I don't think there's any. I don't believe there's anything. But here you can see. I'm gonna blow it up here. Gymnase de Templier. I think this is probably just a name given. Okay, great. So here we have it. This is a 360-degree view of the commandery. It's a shame they're closed today. Again, I was looking this information up on the internet, and there was nowhere to be found. None. They did say that the hours were Monday and Wednesday till October 31st. So, excuse me, I had a nagging suspicion that it would change, but not permanently. So this is an issue that unfortunately seems to plague many historical monuments. But luckily for us, this is just the beginning of a journey where we begin to explore the Knights Templars, their supposed treasure, and as well as any secrets they might have. Let me see if we can get further up here before we take off back to Paris. I mentioned in a previous episode, there's nothing left of the Templars in Paris. Just the park and the spot where Jacques de Molay was burned. So as we go further south, moving tomorrow, I expect to see a lot more structures in place. So this is part of the excitement. We're beginning, it's the beginning of a journey. And you see all these structures, look at the stones, they all go back here to the 11th century. This literally maybe one of the oldest commanderies in the north of France. 1153, I believe. The order itself was created in 1118. Okay, 1118. 1128, it was commissioned. By 1148, they were already accepting non-knights into the order. So it's probably one of the oldest commanderies. Let's see if we can get any more information here. Okay, see, I'm walking. Anything else that might strike the eye? It's hard to believe, though, that they're going to be closed that long. 6 months. You see, let's look at the ceiling here, at the top. This all really dates back to that time period. Yeah, it's a shame they don't promote it more aggressively, because it's certainly worth it. Take a picture of that. Right. Okay, so I think we're pretty much covered what we could cover. Incidentally, little trivia: Colummier is actually one of the brie capital in France. They make various types of brie, and they're also known for their brown brie. So for those who are cheese lovers, that might be of interest to you. And if you're ever in Paris, Colummier is about an hour's train ride. Very simple, very easy to access. All right, let's see if we can find out the structures, and I'll stay put. Okay.